Hello, friend. So glad you're here tonight. Get comfortable, pull the covers up, and let the day loosen its grip. There's nowhere else you need to be. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe and tap the like button on tonight's video. Both are free, they take 2 seconds, and they help this channel more than you'd think. And you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. Tonight, we are going to slow everything down and live a single ordinary day inside the Roman Empire. Not the legend, but the real day, built only from what history actually records. There is nothing to do and nothing to remember. If you drift off somewhere between morning and nightfall, that is exactly how this is meant to work. Settle in, let your breathing slow down, and let the day begin. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app, built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Just search for it, it should be easy to find. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. As the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, you stir in your bed, already knowing that Romans wake before sunrise to make the most of the daylight. Your fingers graze the smooth surface of the oil lamp by your side, its wick still warm from the previous night. The cool air outside your window hints at the chill that will soon dissipate with the morning's first rays. You rise, careful not to disturb the thin wool blanket covering you. Your sandaled feet meet the cold marble floor, a familiar sensation that signals the start of another day in the Roman Empire. The faint scent of olive oil lingers in the air from last night's lamp. You reach for your tunic, the wool fabric rough against your skin as you shrug it on. The house is quiet, except for the occasional creak of wooden furniture adjusting to the change in temperature. You make your way to the atrium, where the first light filters through the open oculus, casting long shadows across the mosaic floor. You feel the rough stone walls against your back as you stretch, the weight of the tunic settling on your shoulders. The atrium's open design allows a soft breeze to stir the fringes of the tapestries adorning the walls. A distant rooster's crow echoes through the house, its sound muffled by the thick clay tiles of the roof. The scent of fresh bread wafts from the kitchen, signaling that the household is beginning to stir. You wait before dawn, the air already alive with the symphony of morning rituals. Your window is open, letting in the fresh scent of baking bread from the nearby bakery. The first light of day catches the gleam of bronze vessels as the metallurgist begins his work next door. Your hands trace the smooth lines of your sleeping mat, readying it for the coming day. The sound of a distant market bell signals that it's time to rise, and you can hear the muffled footsteps of neighbours preparing for their own daily tasks. The cool breeze carries the faint hum of a potter's wheel from across the square. A soft glow from the first candle lights your room, casting long shadows that dance gently with each flicker. The rustle of leaves outside whispers the day's approaching warmth, while the steady rhythm of a blacksmith's hammer marks the passage of time. The smooth stone floor beneath your feet feels cool and reassuring as you step onto it. The morning light slowly reveals the familiar patterns on the woven rug that lies before your door, each thread worn soft by years of use. A gentle creak from the wooden frame signals that the shutters are opening, allowing more of the day's first light to enter your room. The soft hum of conversation from passers-by outside grows slightly louder, as if welcoming you into the new day. The faint jingle of a harness outside signals that the baker's cart is leaving for its daily rounds, carrying fresh loaves still warm from the oven. The soft rustling of your linen clothes as you dress for the day reminds you of the comforting weight and texture of the fabric. The subtle creak of your wooden chair invites you to sit and lace up your shoes, the same ritual every morning since you were a child. The steady ticking of your timepiece begins its count, marking the steady progression into another day filled with quiet rhythms and familiar tasks. You stir before dawn in your small room, the air already thick with the scent of bread from the bakery down the street. Your hands reach for the amulets you've worn since childhood, each one a gift from a parent or grandparent. 7 talismans hang around your neck, tiny figures carved from bone, bits of coloured glass, and dried herbs wrapped in cloth. These charms are not mere adornments. They are believed to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. The strings they dangle from feel smooth against your skin as you take a deep breath, preparing yourself for the day ahead. The bedsheets beneath you are warm but soft, their threads frayed from years of use. The faint hum of the bakery's oven drifts in through your open window, a comforting rhythm that has become as familiar as your own heartbeat. Each talisman's weight is distinctive, some heavier than others, and you can feel them shift gently with each breath you take. A thin beam of light from the rising sun begins to creep across the floor, casting long shadows that dance softly on the wall. The faint scent of lavender wafts from one of the talismans as you inhale deeply, grounding you in the present moment. The gentle sway of the charms against your chest is almost lulling, a soothing reminder of their protective power. Each morning, this ritual brings a quiet sense of security, like an invisible shield wrapping around you. The first birdsong of the day joins the symphony outside, its melody clear and bright, signaling the start of another day. You wake before dawn in the Roman Empire, where mornings are a bustle of activity from various professions. Your window is slightly ajar, allowing the cool morning air to brush against your face. You hear the distant murmur of vendors setting up their stalls, the steady clop of horses pulling carts filled with goods. The scent of freshly baked bread wafts through the open window, mingling with the faint aroma of smoke from nearby forges. Your hands grasp the rough woolen blanket, its texture comfortingly familiar after years of use. Outside, the light is beginning to change, casting a soft glow on the stone walls of your humble dwelling. The day is about to begin in earnest, as it does every morning in this ancient city. The wooden shutters creak softly as they sway in the gentle breeze, casting dancing shadows on the clay floor. The faint hum of bees already at work in the nearby garden drifts in through the window, a steady rhythm that blends with the distant murmurs. Your fingers trace the intricate patterns on the blanket's edge, worn smooth by countless nights and mornings. The first light of day catches the dust motes floating lazily in the air, each one a tiny spark amidst the stillness. The sun's rays, still low and diffuse, warm your skin gradually, like a gentle embrace. The faint chirping of birds outside signals the awakening of nature around you. A hint of damp earth from last night's rain lingers in the air, mixed with the distant aroma of blooming flowers. Your feet touch the cool clay floor, feeling the slight give as they make contact. You wake in the Roman Empire, where days are filled with various activities, from work to social obligations. The morning's duties await you, a rhythm of tasks that give structure to your life here. Your hands reach for the tunica, the simple tunic Romans wear daily, the fabric rough against your fingers. Outside, the air is already warm, carrying the scent of fresh bread and the distant murmur of merchants setting up their stalls in the forum. You step outside, the sunlight washing over you, reminding you of the day's expectations. The rule here is clear: each person has a role to play, whether it's tending to the household, practicing a trade, or attending to civic duties. Your feet guide you through the familiar streets, where neighbours greet you with a nod, acknowledging your place in this intricate social web. You enter the atrium, the heart of the Roman home, where family members gather for breakfast. The table is set simply, a loaf of bread and a dish of olives sit before you. As you take your seat, the day's possibilities unfold, each moment marked by purpose and connection. The tunic's weave, though coarse, offers comfort in its familiarity, a sense of belonging to this time and place. The bread, fresh from the oven, leaves a soft trail on your tongue as you bite into it. Each olive, plucked from the grove not far away, tells a story of the land's bounty. The atrium's open roof lets in the morning light, casting long shadows that dance with the rustling of the paterfamilias's scrolls, parchment pages as he reads aloud. As the sun begins to peek through your window, you prepare for the salutatio, a common morning ritual in ancient Roman households. You rise from your bed, your hands reaching for the tunic laid out for you by your servant. The air is filled with the scent of fresh bread and herbs as the kitchen prepares breakfast. You make your way to the atrium, where friends and family are already gathered. The morning's duties require that each person greets the others in order of rank and status, a respectful nod or bow for those below you, a deep kneeling bow for those above. Your hands extend a small gift as a token of your goodwill, perhaps a delicate vase or a pouch of coins. The conversation is lively yet measured, voices blending together in the open space of the atrium. After each greeting, you move on to the next person, the room filled with a sense of community and tradition. Your feet press softly against the cool mosaic floor as you move from one person to another, each step deliberate and considered. The weight of the small gift in your hand serves as a reminder of the mutual respect shared among those present. A subtle shift in posture signifies your acknowledgement of each individual's status, with the slightest nod or incline of the head. The warmth from the hearth subtly caresses your back, providing a comforting contrast to the crisp morning air that still lingers. The tunic's soft wool brushes against your skin as you move, each step echoing slightly in the high-ceilinged room. The small gift nestled in your palm feels like a tiny anchor, grounding you in the moment. A servant silently refills your cup with warm spiced wine, keeping your hands busy between greetings. Each nod and bow is mirrored by those around you, creating a rhythm that flows through the atrium. You wake to the chirping of birds outside your modest domus, the sunlight filtering through the thin curtains. Your hands reach for the tunic and stola folded neatly beside your cot, the fabric coarse against your skin. The scent of olive oil from last night's lamp still lingers in the air. You know that your morning's duties will depend on your class, gender, and occupation within this bustling empire. For some, it might mean preparing food over the open fire in the kitchen, while for others, it could involve tending to a small garden or helping with the family's textile work. As you step outside into the communal atrium, you hear the distant echo of labourers already beginning their tasks. The day ahead is filled with specific responsibilities that vary greatly based on your place in Roman society. The soles of your feet press into the cool, earthen floor as you make your way to the communal triclinium for breakfast. The faint remnants of smoke from the night's hearth cling to your clothes, a reminder of the day's labour ahead. Your hands, calloused from past work, grasp the handle of a worn terracotta jug, feeling the weight of the morning's water as you pour it into a clay cup. The water is cool and slightly metallic as it glides down your throat, quenching the dryness of sleep. Your hands know the path to the kitchen, well, the familiarity of the journey etched into your muscles. The fire in the hearth has already been stoked, its embers glowing orange against the soot-stained walls. You add a few logs from the pile beside it, their rough edges scraping your fingers as you position them among the coals. Your hands, though callous from years of toil, feel the weight of the day ahead as you rise before dawn. The air outside your modest domus is already warm, carrying with it the scent of freshly baked bread from the nearby fornix. You know that this will be a long workday, stretching up to 14 hours under the relentless Roman sun. The light filtering through your small window hints at the tasks awaiting you, the markets to visit, the goods to haggle over, and the never-ending chores that fill your life in this sprawling city. Your feet, clad in well-worn sandals, carry you through the narrow streets, already bustling with the day's earliest activity. The sounds of nearby shops opening echo off the ancient stone walls, signalling the beginning of another laborious yet essential day in the heart of the empire. Your back aches slightly from last night's hard cot, but the sensation is familiar and bearable. The cobblestones underfoot, worn smooth by countless sandals, provide little cushion against their unyielding surface. Your tunic, dampened by the morning dew clinging to the stone walls, sticks lightly to your skin, a constant reminder of the humid air that permeates this city. The scent of smoke from nearby cooking fires fills your nostrils, mingling with the sweet aroma of bread and the earthy tones of the markets opening for business. The dust kicked up by the carts and chariots ahead of you coats your tongue with a gritty film. Your hands, roughened from countless hours of labour, fumble with the heavy bronze keys to your workshop. The sunlight, already intense, beads on your forehead, trickling into your eyes and stinging them slightly. Each step brings you closer to the day's first task, the familiar creaking of the old wooden door signalling that the workday has truly begun. The sun is barely rising when your door opens and a messenger stands there, eyes fixed on you. His hands clasp a scroll, the ink still glistening in the early light. You take it, feeling its weight, its urgency. It's a summons, a command from Rome. Roman citizenship, they remind you, comes with obligations. Your hands trace the lines, the numbers, 20 years of age, fit for military service. The air is filled with the scent of damp earth and distant smoke. This isn't a request, it's a demand. Your mind begins to calculate the journey ahead, the distance from home, the duties that await. The ink on the scroll is no longer glistening, but dry and final. The paper's edge is sharp against your thumb, a reminder of its importance. Your heart pounds in rhythm with the distant drumbeats of the morning, echoing through the open window. The scroll unfolds slowly, like the dawn, revealing lines that dance before your eyes. Each word feels heavier than the last, pulling you further from the warmth of your bed. The parchment surface is rough beneath your fingers, a stark contrast to the smoothness of your bedsheets. The quill strokes are deliberate, each line pressed into the paper with an authority that brooks no argument. A small wax seal hangs loosely from a thin cord, its impression barely visible but unmistakable in its symbolism. The scent of beeswax lingers on your fingers as you unfold the last corner, each fold revealing another layer of commands that seem to grow heavier with each new line. You rise from your bed, the cool marble floor meeting your bare feet. The first light of day seeps through the window shutters, casting a warm glow on the worn mosaics. Your hands reach for the tunic draped over the nearby chair, the fabric coarse against your skin. You step out into the atrium, the air filled with the scent of herbs and flowers from the garden. Today is Civic Duty Day. You must attend the assembly meeting at the forum. A swift breakfast of bread and olives, and you are off, joining the steady stream of citizens making their way to the heart of the city. The sun climbs higher in the sky as you approach, the heat already palpable. You take your place among the gathering, sandals dusty from the journey, awaiting the commencement of the election voting. The hum of conversation around you grows louder, yet each voice remains distinct, like a gentle murmur against the stone walls. Your sandals crunch on the gravel as you shift your weight, the dust rising slightly in the heated air. The sun beats down steadily, its rays bouncing off the polished bronze statues nearby. A light breeze lifts the edges of your tunic, offering a brief respite from the heat. The sweat beads at your temple grow larger, the moisture trickling down your neck as you stand in anticipation. The dust from the gravel clings to your skin, mingling with the salt of your perspiration. Your breaths become more shallow, the dry air stifling your lungs as you wait for the voting to commence. The weight of your tunic feels heavier now, the coarse fabric sticking slightly to your back, emphasizing each slight movement. In the early days of the Roman Republic, under the rule of emperors like Caligula, Nero, and Commodus, you find yourself in the bustling midday world. Your hands touch the rough wooden handle of a basket, filled with freshly baked bread. The air is heavy with the scent of roasting meats and simmering stews from nearby food stalls. You can hear the distant rumble of wheels on cobblestone as carts bring in more supplies for the day's feast. The streets are crowded with citizens, their voices blending into a low hum as they discuss the latest news and gossip. The city is marked by periods of expansion, evident in the new buildings and structures that have emerged since your last visit. You notice a group of soldiers nearby, their armor glinting under the midday sun, a reminder of the volatile rains that shape this world. The weight of the basket presses gently against your arm, a reminder of the day's work that lies ahead. The sun warms your back, its rays filtering through the dense canopy of buildings, casting long shadows on the worn cobblestones beneath your feet. A cool breeze carries with it the faint taste of salt from the distant sea, mingling with the rich aromas around you. As you walk, the soft hum of conversation deepens, punctuated by the occasional laughter that echoes off the walls. The soft soles of your sandals muffle the footsteps as you make your way through the throng, each step sinking slightly into the ancient cobblestones. The woven reeds of your basket creak softly with each shift of weight, the bread within rustling slightly against the sides. A nearby fountain bubbles gently, its water glinting in the sunlight as it cascades over smooth marble. The sun-warmed tiles underfoot radiate heat, offering a comforting warmth that contrasts with the cool shade provided by the colonnades lining the streets. You find yourself in the bustling market of Trastevere, the air filled with a warm, inviting aroma. Your hands gently break off a piece from the freshly baked bread, the crust giving way easily under your touch. The market is alive with the chatter of Romans, all drawn to this one place for the same reason, the promise of aromatic, fresh bread. You take a bite, the flavors exploding in your mouth, a taste that's both familiar and new. Around you, others are doing the same, their faces lit up with satisfaction. This is the Roman way, a ritual shared by all, a moment of simple pleasure in the midday world. The warmth of the bread radiates through your fingers as you tear off another piece, the golden crust leaving a faint trail of flour on your skin. The market's stone walls echo with laughter and the clinking of coins exchanged for loaves wrapped in cloth, each transaction a silent promise of more moments like this one. You notice the light filtering through the open-air market, casting a soft glow on the bread and illuminating the dust particles that dance in the air. A gentle breeze carries the scent of olive oil and herbs from nearby stalls, mingling with the aroma of fresh bread, inviting you to linger in this midday world. The heat of the bread seems to intensify as you chew, releasing more of its delicate flavors into your mouth. Each morsel is a tiny adventure, revealing new textures and hints of spices hidden within the dough. The market's pace feels unhurried, allowing time for these small pleasures to unfold naturally. As you swallow, a sense of contentment spreads through you, grounding you in this moment of pure enjoyment. You step into the market, the aroma of roasting meat filling your nostrils. The year is 212 CE, and you feel a sense of belonging, for this is not just any day. It's the year that Emperor Caracalla issued his edict. His words echo in the air, extending Roman citizenship to nearly all free inhabitants of the empire. You run your fingers over the smooth surface of a clay pot, the texture grounding you as you consider the magnitude of this decree. The market is bustling with people from every corner of the vast empire, each one now holding the same rights and responsibilities under Roman law. As you bite into a piece of bread, you taste not just the grain but the promise of unity that fills the midday world around you. You hear the distant clang of a blacksmith's hammer, each strike resonating with the rhythm of progress. The sun casts long shadows across the cobblestones, as if nature itself is marking the passage of this historic day. A merchant's laughter carries on the breeze, mingling with the scent of spices from his stall, creating a symphony that celebrates the new unity. As you take another bite, you feel the warmth of the bread in your hand, a sensation that mirrors the hope spreading through the crowd. Your sandals crunch on the pomegranate husks scattered by a nearby vendor, their seeds bursting with sweetness underfoot. The wool of your tunic brushes against your skin, slightly damp from the midday heat as you move through the crowd. A nearby fountain bubbles softly, its waters cool and inviting, reflecting the sunlight off the polished bronze coins in your pouch. You pause to watch a child playing with a small wooden toy, their laughter echoing among the stalls, reminding you of simpler times. You feel the sun warming your back as you sit in the forum, surrounded by your fellow citizens. Your fingers trace the words on the stone tablet before you, declaring your rights under Roman law. You can vote. You have a say in government affairs. The air is filled with the scent of fresh bread and roasting meats from the nearby taberna. You watch as others cast their votes, their voices echoing through the space, affirming your place in this world. Your hand reaches for a cup of wine, a symbol of your citizenship. It's a moment of peace amidst the bustle of the midday world. The hum of conversation around you is comforting, like the sound of distant rain. You take a sip, savouring the taste as you reflect on the privileges that come with being Roman. The sunlight casts long shadows across the cobblestones, creating a dance of light and dark that adds to the sense of timelessness. The wine in your cup warms your hand, grounding you in the present moment. A nearby pigeon coos softly, its wings rustling like parchment as it settles on the tablet next to you. Your breath mingles with the aroma of bread and meat, connecting you to the shared experience of those around you. Your thumb wipes the condensation from your cup, leaving a trail that glistens in the sunlight. A gentle breeze carries the scent of cypress trees from the nearby temple, mingling with the aroma of the marketplace. The cobblestones beneath your feet hold the day's warmth, their texture familiar and comforting under your sandals. The sound of a distant chariot rumbling over the forum's paving stones adds a rhythm to the ambient hum. You feel the sun's warmth on your back as you walk through the city, the air filled with a faint hum of activity. Your hands brush against the cool stone of an aqueduct, its arches supporting the constant flow of water. This aqueduct, one of many, ensures that clean water is always available to the public. You notice how the water's presence has encouraged growth in the city, with new buildings springing up around it. The sound of rushing water echoes through the streets, a soothing melody that accompanies your journey. The aqueducts have not only improved public health, but also stimulated economic growth, attracting more people to the area. You see the effects of this expansion in the bustling markets and newly constructed homes. The system's efficiency is evident as you pass by a well-maintained fountain, its water bubbling cheerfully. These aqueducts have become the lifeblood of the city, supporting both its health and prosperity. You can hear the steady drip of water from leaks in the aqueducts above, a comforting rhythm that has become part of daily life. The stone parts beneath your feet are slightly slick with residual moisture, creating a subtle glow under the sun's rays. As you continue walking, you pass by vendors selling fresh produce, their goods glistening from recent washing in the clean aqueduct water. The aroma of herbs and spices fills the air, carried by the gentle breeze that flows along with the city's life-giving waterways. You can feel the slight dampness on your skin as you walk closer to the water's edge, the mist creating a refreshing coolness in the warm afternoon. The sound of the aqueduct's flow changes subtly as it passes over various surfaces, creating a symphony of gentle splashes and murmurs. The light reflects off the moving water, casting dancing shadows on the nearby walls, their shapes shifting with each ripple. A distant rumble hints at the steady power behind the aqueduct's constant flow, reassuring you of its reliable presence. You feel the steady pulse of expansion in the air as the Roman Empire continues to grow throughout these periods. Your hands trace the lines on a map, marking new territories added under Augustus's rule. The world seems to ripple outward from Rome, cities and provinces falling into place like tiles on a mosaic. You notice how each conquest brings not just land, but people, cultures, and goods. The scent of far-off spices now fills the market, carried by merchants along newly built roads. Your fingers brush over coins stamped with the face of an emperor you've never seen, a symbol of power that stretches across continents. You witness the influx of ideas, the exchange of knowledge, as scribes and scholars arrive from distant lands. The city walls, once confining, now seem like a porous boundary, letting in the wider world with each passing day. You hear the distant echo of a different language in the forum, a sound that seems to shift the very air around you. The scent of unfamiliar flowers blooms in newly planted gardens, their petals catching the sunlight like tiny coloured mirrors. Your feet tread on stone imported from quarries across the sea, each step a reminder of the vast distances now bridged. You watch as artisans carve symbols into wood and metal, their craftsmanship bearing the hallmarks of lands you've never visited. You observe the intricate patterns of mosaics adorning public spaces, each tiny piece carefully arranged to create a seamless whole. The taste of exotic fruits fills your mouth as you sample goods from foreign lands at a bustling market stall. The rhythm of a new musical instrument resonates through the streets, its melody both familiar and strange. You feel the soft brush of fabrics from distant regions against your skin, each thread a silent witness to journeys traversed. You rise in the early dawn light, your fingers brushing against the cool metal of the bulla at your neck. It is a circular pendant, crafted from gleaming gold, designed to ward off harm as you venture into the world beyond your household. Your sister follows you, her small hand clutching the lunalet that dangles from a delicate chain around her own neck. The amulets sway gently with each step, their weight familiar against your skin. As you walk together through the narrow alleys of Rome, the morning air is filled with the scent of baking bread and the distant hum of the city waking up. You know that these protective charms are not merely decorative, they signify a promise of safety, a reassurance from the adults in your life that they will do everything in their power to keep you secure. You can feel the weight of the bulla against your chest, a steady reminder of home as you venture further into the unfamiliar streets. The lunula's cool silver touches your sister's fingers, offering her a sense of comfort in this vast and daunting city. The charm's subtle movements serve as a quiet reassurance that no matter where you go, there is always a connection to your family waiting for your return. The sun's warmth on the amulets feels like a gentle blessing, their reflection guiding you through the labyrinthine paths. The buller's golden gleam catches the light of a flickering oil lamp as you pass by an open doorway. Each step echoes softly in the stone-paved alleys, the amulet's gentle clinking punctuating your progress. The lunula's delicate chain brushes against your sister's tunic, a whispering companion in each stride. A cool breeze carries the scent of freshly baked bread, the charm's weight, a constant under your touch as you navigate the waking city. As you awaken, the city is already bustling with life. The rhythm of schoolmasters can be heard nearby, their voices clear and commanding. Bakers are at work, the aroma of fresh bread wafting through the air, enticing your senses. Coppersmiths clank and hammer away, a steady beat that fills the background noise. Their tools tap against metal with practiced ease, creating sparks that catch the corner of your eye. A soft breeze carries the clanging sounds farther, intermingling with the faint chirping of birds awakening in their nests. Sunlight filters through a thin veil of clouds, casting long shadows that dance gently across cobblestone paths. The warmth of the day begins to unfold, as if nature itself is slowly stirring from slumber. Leaves rustle quietly above, hinting at the day's promise yet to be fully revealed. A horse-drawn carriage rumbles by, its wheels creaking softly over the worn stones. A blacksmith's fire crackles nearby, casting flickering shadows on the shop's open door. The morning dew glistens on rooftops, slowly dissipating under the sun's tender touch. Pigeons coo softly from a nearby ledge, their wings rustling gently as they take flight. The cobblestones beneath your feet are slightly cool to the touch, a reminder of the night's chill that has yet to fully dissipate. The sun's rays catch the dewdrops on petals, creating tiny prisms that refract light in soft shimmers. A distant church bell tolls slowly, its resonance lingering in the air, signaling the start of a new day. The scent of damp earth mixes with the sweet aroma of blooming flowers as nature awakens with a subtle grace. As the sun reaches its peak, you find yourself amongst a sea of faces, all gathered here in Rome, for it is custom to engage in public entertainment. The air is filled with the distant scent of olive oil and the faint sound of music playing from afar. You feel the warmth of the sun on your skin as you walk towards the gladiator games. Your hands clutch tightly onto the leather straps of your sandals, the ground beneath them hard and uneven. Around you, people are chattering excitedly, their voices blending together in a harmonious cacophony. You can hear the distant roar of the crowd, already seated in anticipation for what is to come. The Colosseum looms before you, its stone walls towering high above your head. As you enter, the cool air inside provides relief from the heat outside. Your eyes adjust to the dimmer light, and you can see the arena below, ready for the spectacle that will unfold. The sand beneath your feet is damp and cool, contrasting with the dry heat outside. You can feel the slight tremor of the ground as spectators stamp their feet in unison, eager for the games to begin. The distant smell of wild beasts mingles with the scent of sweat from the gladiators. A soft murmur ripples through the crowd as the first competitors step into the arena, their shadows stretching long across the sand. You can feel the weight of history in the air, a heaviness that presses down on you as you take your seat among thousands. The benches beneath you are worn smooth by time and countless hands. A light dusting of sand coats everything, clinging to your skin and clothes, a constant reminder of where you are. You find yourself in the comforting warmth of the communal baths, a regular part of Roman life. The steam gently envelops you as you step into the caldarium, your skin tingling with the heat. Around you, fellow Romans chat softly, their voices echoing slightly off the marble walls. Your hands reach for the strigil, its smooth wooden surface familiar and comforting. You run it lightly over your body, feeling the sweat and dirt lift away. The air is filled with the subtle scent of olive oil, a constant companion in these baths. A rule you've come to respect: everyone here must bathe before moving on to the next room. Your toes curl slightly as they touch the cool tiles of the frigidarium, your body adjusting to the sudden change in temperature. You take a moment to appreciate the quiet, the rhythmic sound of water dripping from the ceiling, providing a gentle background melody. You lean against the wall, feeling the smooth marble against your back, the cold seeping into your muscles. The tepidarium awaits, its warm air visible in gentle waves above the floor. A slave nearby pours water over a heated stone, the hiss and steam adding to the atmosphere. Your eyes close slightly as you breathe in deeply, the moist air filling your lungs. Your skin prickles as the steam envelops you once more, the heat soothing your muscles. You can hear the distant hum of voices from the caldarium, a reminder of the camaraderie shared in these ancient walls. A soft light filters through the high windows, casting a warm glow on the polished marble. The scent of cedar wood permeates the air, its natural oil preserving the surfaces and adding to the ambience. Your day begins in the balmy sunshine, as Romans did centuries ago, with a morning ritual of leisure. You find yourself in a secluded corner of your atrium, surrounded by lush plants and the gentle chirping of birds from nearby trees. Your hands trace the smooth marble of the small table where a scroll awaits your attention. The air is filled with the scent of fresh-cut flowers, mingling with the distant aroma of bread baking in the kitchen. As you unfurl the parchment, you are reminded of the importance Romans placed on this moment. They believed in the balance of otium and negotium, leisure and business. This is your time for contemplation, for letting the mind wander freely without the constraints of duty. You take a deep breath, feeling the coolness of the marble beneath your fingers as you settle into this peaceful interlude. The sunlight filters through the leaves above, casting dappled shadows on your parchment, making each letter dance slightly. You hear the distant hum of bees collecting nectar from the flowers, their busy work, a soothing counterpoint to your quiet. The fountain in the center of the atrium gurgles softly, the water's gentle rhythm echoing in the peaceful space. A soft breeze carries the sweet scent of ripening fruit from the orchard, inviting you to linger a little longer in this tranquil moment. You notice the slight give of the parchment under your touch as you trace the elegantly inscribed letters. The smooth curves of the birdsong flow seamlessly with the gentle rustling of leaves above. A faint glimmer catches your eye as a dewdrop slides down a petal, mirroring the slow drip of water from the fountain's edge. You step into the cool air of the tablinum, the walls adorned with colourful frescoes depicting scenes from mythology. Your fingers brush against a lyre lying nearby, its strings ready to be strummed. Around you, friends chat softly, their laughter muffled by the thick curtains that keep out the midday sun. The scent of roasted lamb wafts through the open window as the cook prepares for tonight's feast. You settle into a cushioned chair, watching as a slave carefully pours wine from an earthenware jug into your waiting cup. The day is yours to enjoy, filled with conversation and leisurely pursuits, just as historians have recorded of this great empire. A soft breeze carries the sweet aroma of blooming flowers from the peristyle garden outside, while inside, the gentle rustle of scrolls being unrolled signals the start of a philosophical debate. The sun cast warm, dappled light through the lattice windows, creating dancing patterns on the polished marble floor. A subtle murmur of agreement and disagreement fills the room as your peers engage in passionate discourse, each voice respectfully heard before another chimes in. Your feet sink slightly into the plush mosaic floor as you lean back in your chair, the intricate pattern pressing gently against the soles of your feet. The light scent of cedar from the nearby shelves of scrolls fills your nostrils, a reminder of the wisdom contained within their delicate parchment. The cool marble table before you holds an open codex, its pages softly turning as a gentle hand turns them, revealing more lines of elegant script. A distant hum of bees in the garden outside mingles with the low murmurs within, creating a harmonious symphony of tranquility. You walk through the bustling forum, the scent of olive oil from nearby vendors filling the air. Your hands clutch a small scroll, your name etched carefully at the top in neat script. Today is not a day for voting. That right is reserved only for those with full citizenship, like your neighbour Gaius. You feel the weight of this distinction, knowing that your voice holds less sway than his. The sun beats down as you pass by, the tall columns of the basilica, their shadows dancing on the polished marble floor. Inside, men gather to discuss matters of the state, their voices raised in debate. But you are not part of this assembly. Your place is among those who listen and observe. You take a moment to lean against one of the cool stone walls, feeling its rough surface beneath your fingers. In the distance, the chatter of children playing echoes through the streets, reminding you that life continues on, whether or not you have a say in its governance. The sun's warmth seeps into your clothes, a stark contrast to the cool stone beneath your hand. You watch as a pigeon coos softly in a niche above, its wings ruffling in the breeze that carries the faint scent of distant rain. A nearby sculpture, half shrouded in ivy, seems to whisper tales of past debates, their echoes lingering in the very air you breathe. The light breeze brings a faint whisper of distant rain, the air heavy with moisture that has yet to fall. You can feel the humidity clinging to your skin, dampening the hair at the nape of your neck. The ivy-covered sculpture casts dappled shadows on the ground, swaying gently with each rustle of leaves, as if nodding in silent agreement with the debates within. Your fingers trace the grooves in the stone wall, feeling the history etched into its surface, a tangible connection to the decisions that have shaped this place. In the quiet of this room, you ponder the intricate nature of Roman citizenship. The very air you breathe whispers of varying guidelines and allowances for partial citizenship. Your hands trace over a scroll listing the complex rules, each stroke revealing another aspect of this world's social fabric. You inhale the faint scent of aged parchment, a reminder that these laws have shaped lives for centuries. You feel the weight of history in every word as you contemplate what it means to be part of this empire without full citizenship rights. Your mind wanders through the possibilities and limitations, the subtle nuances that define your place here. The city's heart beats steadily outside, a rhythm that carries the echoes of countless lives touched by these very guidelines. The dim light of the oil lamp casts long shadows on the parchment, making the tiny script seem to dance before your eyes. The silence of the room is broken only by the distant murmur of the city, a constant reminder that while you ponder these laws in solitude, their impact echoes through bustling streets and crowded markets. Each fold of the scroll bears traces of time, the worn edges whispering tales of hands that have held it before, each carrying a unique perspective on the complexities of citizenship. The stillness of the room allows your thoughts to wander freely, exploring the intricacies of a world where status is not merely defined by birthright, but navigated through a labyrinth of rules and privileges. Your hands trace the worn stone of the aqueduct, feeling the subtle arc that guides the water over its long journey. You hear the distant murmur of a spring high in the mountains, its waters beginning their travels to reach this city. Centuries-old gravity is your ally today, silently and steadily drawing the water closer with each passing hour. The air carries a hint of minerals from far-off peaks, a whisper of the land you cannot see. Hundreds of miles away, unseen yet integral, the spring continues to flow, its lifeblood coursing through these channels. You stand in the shadow of this engineering marvel, feeling the ancient wisdom woven into every stone. The sun warms your back as you contemplate the vastness of the Roman Empire, a sprawling network of life and water sustained by this humble yet mighty system. You notice the slight dip in the aqueduct's path where it crosses a shallow valley, a deliberate design to maintain the steady flow. The stone beneath your fingers bears witness to countless seasons, their passing marked by subtle variations in color and texture. A faint vibration resonates through the structure as water moves steadily along its course, a gentle pulse echoing the rhythm of distant mountains. Below, a small village sits nestled against the aqueduct, its daily life intertwined with the unseen current above. A soft moss clings to the aqueduct's curve where shade meets sunlight, its green tendrils softly cushioning your touch. Water droplets glint in the late afternoon light, their path visible only as a shimmering line beneath the stone surface. The aqueduct's gentle descent creates a subtle whisper, a constant companion on this ancient journey. The village below hums with activity, its inhabitants often pausing to look upward, acknowledging the unseen life-giver above. You wander through the city, admiring the engineering feat of aqueducts that snake through the landscape. The total length of all these Roman aqueducts is estimated to be around 473 kilometers, a staggering amount of effort to bring water from distant sources. Each stone archway supports this vast network, an intricate web crisscrossing the countryside. You touch the cool stone, feeling the smooth surface worn by time and use. The scent of fresh water fills the air as it flows steadily from far-off mountains. Your hands trace the path of the aqueduct, following its route across valleys and hills. The system is a marvel of ancient engineering, designed to provide clean water for the entire city. It's a reminder of the ingenuity that once made this empire great. The sun warms your back as you walk along the path beside the aqueduct. You hear the gentle hum of water flowing overhead, a constant rhythm that seems to echo the heartbeat of the city. A soft breeze carries the faint smell of wildflowers growing nearby, their roots nourished by the steady drip of water from above. The aqueduct shadows dance on the ground, creating a moving pattern that changes with each step you take. Each step echoes slightly beneath your feet, the earth compacted and firm from centuries of flow. The aqueduct's walls bear moss and lichen, signs of life clinging to the ancient stone. Water drips rhythmically into nearby troughs, providing sustenance for livestock along the path. A slight incline in the terrain allows the water to move steadily, defying gravity with precision. The flicker of the lamp illuminates the parchment before you, its words carefully crafted by Cicero himself. Your fingers, stained with ink, trace over the lines as you lose yourself in his prose. The air is heavy with the scent of oil from the lamp's flame. Across the room, your companion softly recites the verses of Catullus, their voice a soothing lullaby that fills the night. The words of these great writers are not just for entertainment, they are the essence of Roman leisure, a moment of respite amidst the day's labours. The candlelight casts dancing shadows on the stone wall behind you, each flicker echoing the rhythm of your companion's voice. The parchment surface feels rough beneath your fingertips, a tactile reminder of the effort and skill required to create such documents. The oil lamp emits a soft glow, its warmth enveloping you like an embrace from the past, inviting contemplation. A faint breeze through the open window brings with it the subtle scent of distant pine forests, further enhancing the sense of tranquility. The quill in your hand scratches softly against the parchment, leaving trails of deep black ink that seem to absorb the lamp's glow. Each dip into the inkwell is a quiet pause, letting the words flow from within as you continue your reading. The rustle of turning pages accompanies the steady rhythm of your companion's recitation, creating a harmony that resonates through the quiet room. A small fire crackles in the hearth, its embers casting an orange glow on the marble floor, reflecting the warm hues of the oil lamp's flame. You lie in your bed, the soft linens embracing you. The air is filled with the scent of olive oil lamps flickering gently nearby. As a Roman citizen, you are granted legal rights and protections through your citizenship status. This status ensures that you are treated fairly under the law. You feel safe and secure in your home, knowing that these rights are yours by birth or naturalization. The cool night air drifts in through an open window, carrying with it the distant sounds of the city. Your hands, resting peacefully on the bed covers, bear no scars from manual labor, a privilege reserved for free citizens. You close your eyes, content in the knowledge that your status protects you and those you love. The gentle hum of the city outside acts as a lullaby, its familiar rhythm soothing you into deeper slumber. The slight rustle of your tunic, made from fine wool, brushes against your skin, adding to the comforting sensation surrounding you. A faint taste of honey lingers on your lips from the evening meal, a subtle reminder of the abundance that comes with your status. The smooth surface of the bed, crafted from polished wood, supports you as you drift off, the night embracing you in its tranquil arms. The weight of the bed linen shifts subtly as you adjust your position, the fabric sliding softly against your skin. The distant echo of a lyre being strummed reaches your ears, a melody carried by the night breeze. A hint of myrrh from a nearby incense burner mingles with the scent of olive oil, creating an air of serenity. The steady glow of the lamps casts dancing shadows on the ceiling, their gentle movement guiding you further into sleep. You settle into your bed, the straw mattress beneath you a familiar comfort. Your hands smooth out the simple wool blanket covering you, its coarse texture grounding you. The night air is cool and carries the scent of nearby olive trees. You think about your status as a cives Romani, the highest tier among the 5 citizenship types: cives Romani, Latini, Socii, Provincialis, and Peregrini. Being a cives Romani brings you certain privileges that others do not possess. You close your eyes, listening to the distant hum of the city. The moonlight filters through the window, casting soft shadows on the earthen walls of your room. Your breaths deepen as sleep begins to take hold, carrying you away from the cares of the day. The blanket's weight feels secure, like an unspoken promise of protection. The straw mattress cradles your body, its slight give accommodating every curve and angle. Your breaths sync with the faint rustling of olive leaves outside, a quiet rhythm that eases you further into slumber. The earthen walls seem to exhale a gentle warmth, enveloping you in a sense of tranquility. The faint glow of the fireplace in the next room casts a comforting amber hue across your eyelids. The weight of the wool blanket shifts subtly with each breath you take, as if it too is lulled by the gentle breeze. A distant wolf's howl merges with the city's hum, its lonely call blending into the night's symphony. The smell of the olive trees becomes more pronounced, their fragrance weaving into your dreams like a soft thread. You wake in the quiet of your bedroom, the air cool and damp from the night. Your hands rest on the smooth marble of your bedside table, adorned with a few precious trinkets that signify your status. The room is softly lit by the faint glow of an oil lamp, its flame casting long shadows. You can hear the distant murmur of servants preparing for the day ahead. Today, like every other day, you will assume your role in society. As one of the wealthier citizens, you are expected to hold a position in office, gaining local power and respect. The weight of this responsibility is not lost on you as you sit up, stretching your arms towards the open window. A soft breeze carries with it the scent of blooming flowers from the nearby gardens. This is your life, steeped in tradition and duty, each day unfolding much like the last. You step onto the cool mosaic floor, feeling the familiar pattern beneath your feet. The house is beginning to stir, the clatter of dishes and hushed voices echoing through the corridors. Your role requires diligence and presence, qualities you have honed over time. The morning light filters through the window, casting a warm glow on the polished furniture. You take a deep breath, preparing yourself for another day of service. Your silk robe brushes against your skin as you move towards the open doorway, the fabric a whisper against the quiet of the morning. The heavy velvet curtains billow slightly in response to the breeze, their rich hue deepening the shadows they cast. A faint hint of smoke from the distant kitchen hearth permeates the air, mingling with the lingering scent of night blooms. The floorboards beneath your feet creak gently, a familiar rhythm that echoes through the corridors like a lullaby. And that is where we leave this day. The Roman Empire, gone quiet at last, centuries away from here. The day will still be waiting whenever you return to it. Sleep well.